What is going on, guys? This is the Gainz Podcast, the swollest, biggest, newest Gainz Podcast that you'll ever listen to in your lifetime. This is Antoine, and this is
Roman.
And we're coming at you in the 21st episode, not the 21st century, but the 21st episode. A nice, exciting one. This came from one of the coworkers of ours, so shout out to the coworker that asked this question, because this is something that we briefly went over in, I think, episode 16. Was it?
Yeah.
I think
that
I wrote
was
it.
the meal prep one. And then also we've covered nutrition basics too. We're kind of putting it together, and it's a little bit more nuanced today.
Episode 16, food prep, yes.
Yeah.
I put it in the notes.
Yeah, so today we're covering strategies for eating at work.
Oh yeah, I didn't even get to the title of the... All right, well, there's like the title, strategies for eating at work. But if you don't, I mean, this could be an office employee. You could be currently working in a restaurant. You could be working at a gym where people bring pizza and Tootsie Rolls to the gym. If you know what that gym is, just throw it in the comments. I'm not going to hate on any name brand, but there are gyms that order pizzas. But any workplace, if you work in construction, whatever workplace you're in, there's a time and place where, if this doesn't correlate to you, if it does, where pretty much people bring in food, cater snacks, cater breakfast, bring in stuff. Coworkers bringing in food, coworkers baking stuff, whatever the case may be. Pretty much,
events.
Yeah, pretty much like the stuff that like is, I guess, that special treatment / like special occasion food, where when you come in the office and you don't expect it, like these are the strategies that we would go by. I have a bunch of like questions to like I guess ask yourself / like what to think about when it comes to those occasions. And then Roman's going to pyramid scheme and tell you the tips and tricks for $9.99 per month. He won't give you the full secret on how to strategize. But if
Call now.
But for $9.99, you could easily.
People are gonna be like, I don't want to listen to this shit, you know.
Yeah, so
there's no tips for you.
Honestly, I would skip my part completely and go right to Romans, because that's the money making faction, and what he has is way more important. No, but awesome. So, any update you wanna? Do you wanna? We haven't. I feel like we haven't done an update in a while.
We haven't.
Do you want to do an update real quick?
Sure.
And how's everything going for you and everything?
Yeah, let's do it.
Even though a lot of people don't like when we do this.
Oh really?
Remember what you said?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Just want to do a quick one. We'll do a quick one. If you don't want to hear the update, skip about 2 minutes from now.
Yeah. So training's going really well. Body weight is still on a high, but it's...
Dude, he's 200 pounds now.
Yeah, not quite, folks. My high is 168.6. So I've almost hit 170. I've been averaging about 168 recently. I have to go back and like average my... I've been really bad this year. I need to go back and average my calories and like my weekly intake and whatnot. I think I might have to bump up calories a little bit again. I'll probably only do it like 100 calories, but I was talking to another coworker of ours today, and I probably average between 3,000 and 3,500. So it fluctuates a decent amount. The plan was to stay between 3,080 to the 3,330, but I've definitely like eaten a little bit more than that, because I'm like, whatever. The whole point of this is to gain muscle.
You gotta love those times.
Yeah. It's been
when you're
awesome.
dieting, it's like the total opposite.
Yeah,
I probably shouldn't be eating anymore.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. So that's why like I'm pretty liberal with myself for that. It will be exciting to like actually like diet, because last time I dieted back in 2011 was not good. I lost 28 pounds in 3 months. It was really bad. Really
23?
I lost 28 pounds.
In 3 months.
In 3 months.
Was that 7?
I was
that's
at,
more than
my,
7 pounds
I was
a
at
month.
my high, but I wasn't lifting a lot. Like I was. It was my first semester in college.
Wow.
And, oh man, we're getting off the topic a little bit. I'll go really quick. I was 150, I reached 158. So I gained 8 pounds in my first semester, like really unhappy, like a lot of stuff going on in my life. To like combat that and to like try and like get back with like my ex or whatever I was trying to do, whatever my like messed up mind was thinking at the time. I would run like twice a day. I would lift like at least once a day. And I was eating, but I was just like, I was moving so much, just like always like active, like waking up at 4, going into the gym as soon as it opened on campus. I lost 28 pounds in 3 months. So don't follow.
That's crazy.
Don't follow me, folks.
That's more than 7 pounds a month.
Yeah. It was bad.
Yeah, it's actually more than 8. It's like almost 9.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually 9, 18, 27.
Almost 10 pounds a month, and I was only 158 pounds, man.
That's nuts.
Yeah, crazy. Anyways, so training is going great.
Training's going
folks.
well, yeah.
I've hit some all-time PRs in bench. Hit 225 by 5. That was awesome.
That's crazy. I like
bench is insane.
I like that. Yeah.
The chest is like really filling out too. So I can definitely see that like there's like a strong like correlation between like the size of my chest and like the growth of my bench. So that's been really cool because I do have some like physique goals in mind as well. Deadlift is going okay. I hit 290 by 5 this weekend, so that's like, it's not like a PR by any means. I guess for like this block it is, but I also wasn't really trying to go for it. It just like made sense for like the progression I have. And then
you're almost benching more than you deadlift.
Coming up on it, it's crazy. My squats, I hit 290 by 5 for 3 sets this weekend, which was insane. Still pretty good depth. I got some footage of it, so I'm very happy about that. I'm noticing the lats are starting to like fill out a little bit more. My frame is a little wider. I'm starting to get like a better mind muscle connection with my lateral delts. Those are starting to fill out a little bit more, so when they're pumped up, it like helps with like the wideness of my frame. I can do a whole lot more volume with my legs, but I'm much more focused on like strength, and whenever I get that like that tenderness, soreness in my back, I back off a little bit. Schedule's been like a little like erratic recently with like certain things, so it's hard to dedicate the amount of time that I want to for legs, or I'm just like not like up to it. But because like the strength gains are coming along so much, I've been willing to make those sacrifices. So overall, everything's going really well.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I mean, the update for me, besides, I mean, I ran into some lower back issues again. But I mean, everything feels fine now. Just taking it easy. So I'm hoping within like this full month of just taking it easy, probably just after because I'm getting married already in 25 days. So, I hate updating people because it's been just, I just been pretty lean at 192 to 194. I mean, hypertrophy is going up, but like strength stuff is not really even getting touched right now. Yeah. I mean, I'm still benching regularly. Like with the shoulder repairing, like I hit a PR this year of 185 by 8.
Oh, yeah.
So I haven't hit 185 by 8 in forever, but I'm slowly getting there. And I can't wait to get to the 200s by 8 because that's going to be crazy because I haven't touched that in probably like 5-6 months.
Yeah, okay.
So that's going to be nice. Deadlifts, Roman and I talked about it and discussed even with Sam. I'm probably going to try out like a different stance. I'll probably stop doing conventional for a while just to see if changing the movement pattern will help itself with the back issue. So I did sumo for 135 this weekend, I think, or was it last week during the week? Felt really good. So we'll and then squat, just taking it easy. I think I did 135 this week or 145 this week. So I probably won't say too much more. Besides, just wash your hands out there, guys. Coronavirus seems it's getting more important, more and more, or could be a big marketing scheme. I don't know.
You're testing out some different movements too, though, and seeing how they work for you. So that's a huge benefit of this.
Yeah, and no, I'm excited because like I said, I haven't sumoed in a while, and sumo has been challenging when it comes to like getting to the upright position. So I can't wait to see like how that improves. Because I mean, I like I told you guys before, I'm already pretty strong in deadlifting when my back's healed. So like I don't really seem like it's gonna be a problem. It's just the squatting part. I want to make sure my back's like fully recovered before I put any type of heavy load on my back. But we'll get right to it, guys. We're getting back on track, which is always good for those people. So strategies for eating at work. So pretty much I put together some questions, kind of like what Roman did on the last one or the second one, kind of like just asking yourself some things. Like obviously you don't run through this. You don't like sit there and just like take 10 minutes before you decide that you want to eat something at work. Like you don't want to make all decisions like that, because it's like it's not that. I mean, it's important, but like not too important.
Yeah.
Where you could kind of like get to these questions, write them down if you want to, obviously take a pen out while listening to us with like the tips and tricks as well as like the questions I put down, and then kind of go over those. And then like if it seems true and right, then go for it. If not, then don't go for it. Maybe another time.
Yeah. Save
it for another time. So I already went over the what is it. So like the catering, the social gatherings, the office, the snacks, all that good stuff.
Even vending machines.
I was gonna say, like,
might be a time and a place for it too.
A lot of places have vending machines, or even like if you go to a common like train station, all that good stuff. So, and Roman's probably gonna say this too, because I already looked at the notes before we started this. Like, what goals do you have? Just make sure if you're cutting, you're bulking, those are gonna take a big part in if you're willing to take that risk. I did note the IDGAF method instead of the bulking method. If you want to look that up, look it up on your own. Go to Urban Dictionary, look up IDGAF. I'll just not say it on the podcast because we try to keep it somewhat PG here.
Also called YOLOing.
Yeah, YOLOing would be a good term to the IDGAF. Do you want to eat that food? That's another thing. Like, will it satisfy those goals? If not, I mean, like we talked about the food prep and whatnot. Eating outside your prep and all that good stuff could be a good and bad idea. I'll probably go over it in another question, but like, if you're catering food, if someone's bringing food, someone's cooking for the food, do you know exactly what's in it? So depending on what you're at in your stage, if you're cutting, bulking, like Roman when he mentioned with the calories, like if he goes over 100 calories, is it going to really matter? It may or may not. I mean, if it does matter that much, like Roman doesn't, at that point, he's trying to build strength. So he's going to just be like, well, if I want to take an extra bite to satisfy my hunger and I feel pretty hungry, then why not? But if you're like cutting or trying to lose weight, then it might not be a good idea at that point in time. Or what you could do is, what I like to do is sometimes, like if I know if I'm going out to eat or if I know exactly what I'm going to eat for dinner, I'll pre-record those things in my food logs. I'm currently using Fit Genie. Roman uses MyFitnessPal. I used MyFitnessPal for years before moving over to Fit Genie. It's just on preference on what you want to use for the recording logs. But if I knew I was going out to dinner and there was going to be food at work, I would either shy away from it or I would just note those macros for the later time. Like if I know if I'm going out to dinner and it's a place I've been to and I know I can pretty much eyeball the macros, I will input those in for like the dinner section and then just eat around that. And like that I've done that for a whole bunch of times, and that's such a good idea. And I learned it from Max Tuning such a long time ago. If you guys know him, don't know him, I don't even think you know him. Oh. No, he's more of a flexible dieter / if it fits your macros. Yeah. So if you currently know what you're going to get yourself into later, then maybe eating those office snacks or the food is fine. Another thing I want to hit on is like when I was competing for bodybuilding in 2016 for those 2 shows, I didn't eat anything from the office. Like maybe I would just drink the Diet Cokes, but if you're competing for a bodybuilding show, I mean, a lot of people will tell you different things. I mean, you could still be flexible. Like, obviously, if you're going on a vacation, don't try to, like, shy away from, like, eating out.
Yeah.
But like, most of the time, you don't exactly know what's in there. Obviously, you can be above or lower, and you'll be fine. On a tip like that, in my opinion, I always record high. So, like, say if you if you're Chicagoan, and since we're in Chicago, if you go to Portillo's, you get an Italian beef. You see an Italian beef on MyFitnessPal or Fit Genie, you record, okay. But, I mean, they're not going to give you probably the same portion every time. So maybe you want to add in, like, maybe 10 more grams of carbs, maybe 10 to 15 grams more fat. Cool. You add that in there, you're probably way above what you recorded, but that's fine. Yeah. I mean, if you're trying to lose weight, the whole thing is to be in a deficit. So maybe make that tip. I probably jumped around a little bit. And then before all this, do you have the understanding of macros and calories to, like, eat free spiritedly? Meaning, like, kind of what I was saying earlier, like, what Roman mentioned, like, he was going to try, like, you're trying to do, you have a food scale yet or no?
No.
So what he was trying to do is, like, what I suggested is buy a food scale, record for, like, a year straight or a couple months, and then, like, maybe you could start eyeballing things which would help you kind of eat freely and be able to record off that.
Still put things in, like, 1 cup containers and whatnot.
Do you really?
Or I'll, depending on the cereal that we get for, like, quick carbs, I'll do, like, so, like, right now we have, like, Nature's Promise, like, oats. So I'll measure out, like, 2 1/3 cups, and I'll, like, put it in.
Be careful with that, folks, because sometimes the weight in the cup containers could be a little off.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, like when I was showing Sam one time, because Sam used to do that all the time too, what Roma was saying. And when I was, I'd cook her oats for whatever, and the serving size, I know for oats for sure, is 40 grams, which I think is a 1/3 cup. Yeah. Or half a cup. Half cup. Yeah, half cup. And I simply just did it one time, and I was like, okay, obviously I didn't level it perfectly, but I poured it in there, and I showed her, and it was like over 40. It was like almost 50 grams. So, like eyeballing can work in, like, so much, but it can't. Yeah. Because, like, if you do something like that and, like, you're over 10 grams, every 10 grams, that keeps adding up. Or keeps, exactly. So after you answer, like, the goals, you're knowledgeable with, like, scaling and, understanding the weight of food, and you can record. Or if you're planning something for later in the day and you already know what you're going to eat, like, every Tuesday, Sam and I make tacos. So I know I usually eat about 9 to 10 ounces of ground beef, corn tortillas, half a cup of refried beans, all that good stuff. I'll record it, and if there's food at work, I'll still eat it. Yeah. But that's in a perfect world, and
if you are interested in learning more about, like, what, like, a macro is, and, like, some, like, micro, like, talk, we have a prior podcast about that too. So I think that's episode 5.
Yeah, that was one of the earliest ones. Yeah, and so, like, I don't want to take too much time because Roman still has to talk, but, like, just think about the goals, understanding the macros, the micros, and then will it satisfy you, and as well as plan ahead. Or if you're someone like Roman, who have a lot of allergies, like, when it comes to, like, food nature, I put Roman allergies as, like, maybe him talk about this, but, like, be sure to, like, honestly, like, Roman does a really good job, but I feel a lot of people don't. Like, if you have, like, any, like, GI issues, like, allergies towards, like, gluten or, like, peanut allergies, in my opinion, your best bet is what Roman does, is pretty much bring food every day. Yeah. And make it safe than sorry, because you never know what's in that food. Yeah. Or what they touched it with prepared. Because I've worked in the restaurant business, Roman has. It's not always 100% the best place, but true. I was going to say, I'm going to let you talk, because I feel like I've talked a lot already. So. No,
that's a really great point, and I'll expand a little bit on the allergy standpoint. So you don't have to do what I do, unless you do have, like, very severe allergies, then, like, it might make sense to bring your own food. But some things I've done in the past, like, I'll still go and get Chipotle, like, every once in a while. Yeah. I'll talk to the chef. I'll talk to who's working like the front there. Sometimes I'll even like